Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's keep learning the numbers. The first exercise is saying اقرأ واكتب, which means read and write. اقرأ read, واكتب write or write. ثلاثة طلاب, it means three students. أربعة طلاب, it means four students. خمسة طلاب, it means five students. ستة طلاب, six students. And since we've covered all these numbers in the previous lessons, you are supposed to have memorized all these numbers. If you haven't, don't start with this lesson, just memorize it first. You're gonna benefit a lot more if you memorize it first. سبعة طلاب, seven students. ثمانية طلاب, nine students. تسعة طلاب, nine students. And عشرة طلاب, 10 students. اقرأ واكتب, read and write. And I remember when I was learning this lesson or this book for the first time, it was like 4 years ago, or maybe a bit before that. Anyways, I didn't like that all these exercises they were saying اقرأ واكتب. I was thinking like, okay, I just read it and that's enough. Why am I supposed to write it down if I perfectly understand all of it? But the teacher, he demanded me to write it, because this way I will get used to writing in the Arabic language, and that's a good skill, especially when you start seeking knowledge. And when you write in the language, you have a better understanding and you memorize it on a more deeper way. So of course I advise you, even though you think probably like I don't need to write it down, anyways do it, inshallah. You will benefit from it. And don't forget that, again, it's an act of worship. All of this time that you dedicate to learning this language, it's considered to be seeking knowledge, even though maybe you don't seek the Sharia knowledge right now, but you are trying to obtain this tool, which is the Arabic language, to seek that knowledge. And therefore, this is also considered to be seeking knowledge. And so there are so many hadiths and ayah from the Quran that go to show us how much reward one obtains when he seeks knowledge. So don't forget about that. And if you have these thoughts from the shaitan, like you don't benefit from it, just say that the shaitan is a liar. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. And don't forget that you are doing this for the sake of Allah, and make dua to Allah to make it easier for you. So yeah, read and write. عندي خمسة كتب وثلاثة أقلام. You see, they took away all the harakat, and therefore you are supposed to put them by yourself. But if you learn the rule, of course you will answer these, or you will put the right harakat in their places. عندي خمسة كتب وثلاثة أقلام. I've got 5 books and 3 pens. خالد له 6 أبناء. Khalid has 6 sons. MashaAllah, that's my dream. That's my dream, to have at least not 6, because these days, subhanallah, it's kind of hard. But at least 3 sons, maybe 4. I want to make them my project. I know one brother from Egypt. Um, he was my teacher of the Arabic language, and he has a son, and he's his project. He homeschools him firstly. By the time he turned 10, he memorized the whole Quran. He's reading the Arabic books. It's easy for him because he grew up in this environment, and now he's memorizing how to read Quran in different types of reading, and he's memorizing all these hadith, and he's just 11 years old right now, and he has so much knowledge at this age. So that's what I want to do with my sons, inshallah, in the future once I get them. Yeah, so that's my dream. Like خالد له ستة أبناء. Yeah. The third sentence is كم أخ لك يا آمنة. How many brothers you've got, O Amina? لي أربعة إخوة. I've got 4 sisters. Oh, subhanallah, why do I say, oh, why am I saying sisters? Why, it's brothers, إخوة. I have 4 brothers. في الأسبوع 7 أيام. There are 7 days in 1 week. كم ريالا عندك الآن يا عمار؟ عندي الآن 8 ريالات. في هذا الحي 9 بيوت جديدة. High, it means a district. We've had this before in the previous lessons. So yeah, there are 9 new houses in this district. لهذه السيارة 4 أبواب. There are 4 doors in this house. كم ثمن هذا الكتاب؟ ثمنه 7 ريالات ونصف. Well, first of all, you might say that why does it take dhamma while it's preceded by the word kam? Because we said that after kam, after this word kam, comes the word that takes fatha. It's mansub. That's what we learned in the previous lesson. Well, there is a word that is implied here. Oh, there is a note. MashaAllah, there is a note. كم ثمن هذا الكتاب? What is the price of this book? There is an omission. There is an omission. The word omitted is riyalan. So you see, originally it was like this. كم ريالا ثمن هذا الكتاب. How many riyals is the price of this book? That's how it's translated literally. But then they just put away this riyalan. It's implied here, but they just put it away, and then we've got this sentence. كم ثمن هذا الكتاب. So riyalan was implied here, but they just took it away, and now we've got the sentence that says how much is or what is the price of the book? What is the price of the book? And yeah, if you go to the shop and you see a book, you can say كم ثمن هذا الكتاب. That's how we say it here in Jamia. But of course you can say كم ريالا ثمن هذا الكتاب. You can say the full sentence, and again, everybody will understand you. That's totally okay. And he says ثمنه 7 ريالات ونصف. The price, or its price, you see this who, its price is 7 riyals and a half. 7 riyals and a half. That's how we say it in Arabic. But if you say it in English, you will say 7.5 riyal. But the Arabic language is different. So you say 7 ريالات ونصف. And I remember when I was buying the tickets from a company, and the man was saying to me 37 and a half riyal, and he was saying 37 ريالا ونصف. Well, I was a bit confused with this order. Firstly, he's saying like 37 riyal, and then he adds this half. But yeah, you have to get used to that because it's a different language. There are different ways of going about things. The next sentence is في هذا الفصل 10 طلاب قدامى و4 طلاب جدد. There are 10 old students in the class and 4 new students. There are 10 old students and 4 new students in the class. And again, you remember that what comes after the number is called adadun, number, and something that is numbered is ma'dudun. We said that ma'dud it's mudafun ilayh, and therefore it's majroor. Mudafun ilayh is majroor, and majroor takes kasra, right? عشرة طلاب. But قدامى, why doesn't it take kasra? Why did we say عشرة طلاب قدامي? Well, that's a mistake, because again, we said in the previous lesson that when the word has this alif, non-alif in the end, قدامى, it stays intact. It doesn't change, never. And therefore you say طلاب قدامى. Okay, the next sentence is كم قميصا عندك يا إبراهيم? How many thawbs do you have, O Ibrahim? He says عندي أربعة قمصان. I've got four thawbs. عندي ريالان وخمسة قروش. I've got 2 riyals and 5. Well, قروش doesn't exist anymore here in Saudi Arabia. They've got only riyal. Because of the inflation is all over the world. So therefore, it's just I've got 2 riyals and 5. I don't know what it is called. It's 1/10 of a riyal. Yeah, I've never seen these coins. So let's say just I've got 2 riyals, and that's enough. Don't take this for because it doesn't exist anymore in Saudi. في هذه الحافلة 10 ركاب. There are 10 passengers. راكب is a passenger, but ركاب it's the plural form. You see here, passenger traveling by a bus or plane. So there are 10 passengers in this or on this bus. And the third exercise, they are asking us to answer these questions, like كم كتابا عندك? How many books do you have? And since we've got the number 3 written here, we say عندي 3 كتب. I've got 3 books. كم أخ لك يا حامد? How many brothers do you have, O Hamid? You need to say 5, which is خمسة إخوان or أخوات, as it came here. Or إخوة. Well, there are different forms of the plural form for the word أخ, brother. For example, إخوة, إخوان. Let's take this word إخوة. خمسة إخوة. لي خمسة إخوة. كم عما لك يا ليلى? How many uncles do you have? You need to say 4 uncles. لي 4 أعمام. I've got 4 uncles. How many sons do you have? Oh, yeah, Sheikh. We need to say 6. I've got 6. Subhanallah, in Arabic. لي 6 أبناء. كم سؤالا في هذا الدرس? How many questions in this lesson? فيه 8 دروس. دروس. أيوة. دروس. كم راكبا في الحافلة? How many passengers are in the bus or on the bus? We need to say 9 ركاب في الحافلة. كم ريالا في جيبك? How many riyals are in your pocket? We need to say 7 ريالات في جيبي, in my pocket. كم ثمن هذا الكتاب? What is the price of this book? We need to say uh, 10 riyals. ثمن هذا الكتاب 10 ريالات. MashaAllah, they are suggesting you to take every word from this list and use it with all the numbers from 3 to 10. For example, kitabun, and therefore you are supposed to write ثلاثة كتب, أربعة كتب, خمسة كتب, ستة كتب, سبعة كتب, until you get to the 10, and then you take the word قلم, ثلاثة أقلام, أربعة أقلام, خمسة أقلام, and until you reach the number 10, and the same goes with all the nouns that are present in this list. So it's up to you if you want to do that, but of course I recommend you to do that. In this way, certainly you will memorize all these numbers, inshallah. And these numbers, of course, are important because they are used on the daily basis. And here we've got some new words. All of them are present in the vocabulary section. And that's it for this lesson. So don't be lazy, please. Do all the exercises, and that's it for this lesson. And don't forget that the next book we will start in another channel. So that's it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.